Greetings, salutations, and welcome to part 2 of our Hanging Gardens build. Today, we're going to be putting the completing touches on the base structure that we completed last session, and that's going to start with us working on the moat. So digging right in. Now, if you're going to build a proper death moat, I have found it best to start with placing the magma blocks at the bottom, and then fill it up layer by layer with the water. Reason for that being, death moats only function at optimal death levels if the magma is covered with water source blocks rather than flowing water. If there's flowing water, that permits anything that gets in to swim and can lead to illagers, spiders, and skeletons surviving in it. Creepers as well. So basically it only works on zombies if you use flowing water. So we're going to fill it up with source blocks. Let's go ahead and get to work. Alright, looking at it, the moat is now completed. And with each step, we see the coming perfection that is our build. But that said, to get to the next step, we need to work on the steps themselves. Those are the terraces. Let's add grass and water to them. And that's done. Starting to look even better. Next step, we're going to put smooth sandstone slab toppers on all of the terraces, and we will fence off the existing falls so that it looks like the waterfall has a grate in it. Now that that is done, we will want to add waterfalls to the existing terraces. Now for these at the base, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the grass, remove the stone that's underneath that, and then put in a shroom light. That'll serve to light up the terraces and help keep monsters off of it, as well as when it gets dark, you'll still be able to enjoy the splendor of the gardens without having to see torches, smoke, or any other light blocks physically. Then when we get into putting in the waterfalls, the block that we knock out to allow the water to flow between the terraces will be fenced off the same way we fenced it off elsewhere. Alright, waterfall's done. Again, looking great. There's only one more thing we have to do, and that is to set up the coloring. We're going to use that with flowers, specifically the 3 flowers that we used up in our initial garden build. The undernooks. What we're going to do here is we're going to just put down some podzol and then just put mushrooms on there. Just have a little bit of a mushroom garden. It'll still be easily accessible. Do note, the easiest way to get this is somewhere where you don't mind digging, maybe out in the plains biome. Just plant 4 of the spruce saplings into a square, wait for them to grow into a super spruce tree, and then harvest it up with a silk touch. Now, taking a look at this as a whole, it looks pretty good. That's all the work also I think we're going to be doing on the mountain. We've got our top structures up there looking pretty nice, and I'll be honest, the garden turned out as beautifully as I was hoping it was going to. To complete the build as a whole, though, what we're going to do is we will add bridges to each gate. One to cross, well, both will end up crossing the river and leading to the respective biomes on the other sides, just to provide easy access. And actually, let's go ahead and do a walk up to see what that would look like. So here we are, just trot, trot, trot. Look over to the right. Yes, that looks pretty good. Over to the left. Beautiful, beautiful. Now let's get up here. Then we'll loop over into the towers on the gate. Take a look over. Looks good. Looks good on the other side. I do enjoy being able to look down, back over things, and honestly, if I were to redesign the gate, I'd probably put an area for me to hop up on top of the fence. I don't know if it's my inner cat speaking. I like to be on top of the highest spot on the build, and I see the fence and go, I realize that's keeping me from falling off, but I could stand on it. But I digress. That's all we've got for today. Best of vibes to you. Have yourselves a great night. Cheers.